Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Surviving Mars Below and Beyond, playing at maximum difficulty. So, bad news everyone, I apparently misunderstood the devs when they said that I could just reload the game with their beta patch and that would fix the whole natural disasters bug. Apparently what they meant was I had to restart the map and abandon all my current progress, which I'm obviously loath to do, so that sucks. They're hoping to get a save file compatible solution in a future build pretty soon. But good news, everyone. The prominent modder for Surviving Mars, Choji, heard my plea and sent me a mod that in theory fixes the issues. At least from their testing, they were able to get something like a dust storm to spawn after about a sol or so. So we're gonna see what happens with this. If natural disasters are now working, all hail unto Choji, our benevolent overlord. I was really hoping I wasn't gonna have to restart and build all the way up to this point, because that would take many, many hours. Though I will say, the run is slightly tainted at this point. I think there are gonna be a few of you naysayers who are like, you don't deserve this maximum difficulty run. You didn't actually have it. You had to play on a handicap for the first several episodes. And you're not necessarily wrong. I mean, natural disasters are pretty horrible, obviously. But if they're handled correctly, it's not like it's a game-breaking thing. It's not like we'd be losing right now, necessarily. I would have just had to invest a few more resources in things like subsurface heaters and so on. We'd be flying by the seat of our pants a little bit more than we are now. The biggest thing for me has always been at maximum difficulty, getting that birth rate up and running and making sure your people are okay. We've done that. So, yeah, we'd be behind where we are now. It'd be harder with natural disasters, but I think we would still have coming out to this point. I don't think it's going to end up changing the net result. At least that's what I'm going with, because it helps stroke my ego. It makes me feel like not quite as much of a cheat and a failure. Not that I'm cheating. You get the point. I don't want to believe that this is all worthless. All right, what else do we want to do with some of our excess workers? Well, we're getting a full shift to the research lab. I had turned off these night shifts because I've been having too many sanity and morale breakdowns, which is just obviously no bueno. Maybe we can get some extra machine parts going. That could be kind of nice. Unless, where's the current unemployed person? Well, the unemployed person's over here. This should be fine. You stole some polymers! What are you even going to do with those polymers? I mean, really, though, when you think about it, what are you actually going to do with the polymers that was hidden stolen? You can't go anywhere. There ain't no rockets letting you leave the planet. You're stuck here. So what are you doing? Hoarding them in a warehouse somewhere? You know, are we going to have to do an episode of Hoarders? It's like, there's all the polymers. Do we have Mars Jail? Is Mars Jail an option? I don't know. Why is it saying I have low storage? I mean, yeah, I shouldn't be able to last more than 3 souls because I'm kind of just storing enough energy in order to have, like, literally enough to last the night. But what is going on here? I don't know. We can apparently turn a couple more things on during the night. I guess I'll go ahead and turn on some fuel refineries. Could actually just boost this up. Don't really see the point of doing that, but we could if we wanted to. Rocket appears to already be loaded up and ready to go home. Are there any more planetary anomalies we cared about? I'm pretty sure from the last episode we came to the conclusion that no, there were not. Yeah, everything requires people, which I do not like. So go ahead and return to Earth already. Now, we don't have a lot of rare metals left, and we need to make sure that we are saving some back here on Mars because we need them in order to make the oh-so-coveted electronics, which is what we're working on over here right now. Let's see. So do we have someone working over here at the machine parts factory? We do, so now we're making 2.2 per soul. Definitely enough to make up for what we're losing at the moment. I wonder if anything else got broken. Machine parts? We'll see. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and probably jump forward a little bit. With any luck, we see a natural disaster soon that I have to then react to. Cold machines. I don't think I've ever seen this event before, actually. Several colonists were injured today, the severity of their injuries varying in accidents that all involved drones. Because the time frame in which the accidents happened was rather small, the ensuing quick investigation found software corruption in all of the drones. Corruption, our engineers say, can only happen if our system was hacked. Although an obvious act of sabotage, we can't prove who is to blame precisely. What we can do is raise the issue to earthly judicial bodies, which will probably hinder all of our rivals, not just the guilty ones, operations for a short while. They lose funding and then standing. You know, I'm kind of okay with that, because I don't know who did it, but I want the guilty party to suffer. And let's be honest, I think we all know who the guilty party probably was. USA? No, I'm just kidding. It was probably China. I have no idea, actually, but yeah. So 4 destroyed drones, huh? 4 drones lost forever. Wow, that just sucks, don't it? Yeah, no, it does. Well, we can go ahead and salvage a couple of those, just enjoy a couple of free metals, but yeah. I don't think that's the end of the world. It's just more annoying than anything. Hey, didn't we salvage, like, some drone prefabs? I thought we did from that event. Was it not drone hubs? Probably not. Getting, like, 5 free drone hubs would have been insanely good. I'll bet you they were just, like, regular drones at, like, a drone factory, which I almost never build because, I mean, truth be told, if you want to get some stinking drones, just build out a new drone hub. It gives you enough freebies. It's definitely worth it. Unless you're desperate for more electronics, which I am not. An electrostatic dust storm! Ladies and gentlemen, we have natural disasters again! Oh, thank you, Choji. Thank you. I bow before you. All right. Challenge restored, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, and dust devils. Yes, yes. Okay, so now we got some fun to deal with. Dust storms, of course, suck for a number of reasons. We're gonna have issues with this whole subsurface heater situation and blah, blah, blah. We are gonna have problems with all of our power turning off, which means I need to be getting myself a lot more dust turbines and such. We could probably set up a couple out over here if you wanted to. Yeah, I guess I'll temporarily, at the very least, dump a couple over here. But yeah, the point is, we need to get some serious power generation coming in the form of some wind turbines, and preferably keep them far away from anything that is generating dust. These will need to get repaired. We're going to go ahead and set up some polymer blades. Obviously, this uses up a lot of polymers, but now I definitely need to be concerned about our actual stuff. How are we doing on oxygen? We should have enough to last us for the entire thing. The only thing I'm concerned about right now is water. Water you can easily run out of and have some serious issues during a major dust storm. We are going to need to keep that drain down to a minimum. We are out of machine parts up over here, so hang on. RC transport, okay, watch out for that there dust storm. Oh god, he's chasing. Oh, it is chasing me. Look at it go! Look at that thing! You tell me it isn't freaking attracted to my transport. Holy crud! All right, now we make a break for it. Get some machine parts. We need to have that water extractor up and running. It is the only way that we are going to survive, have a little bit of water production, and then pray that 3 pretty much full water towers with extra storage space are going to be able to sustain me throughout a dust storm. Otherwise, we're going to run into a rather significant problem. Let's see, 5 machine parts is way more than we should ever need, but let's just go ahead and drop that off over there like so. We could, of course, go ahead and amplify this thing if we wanted to, but there's not enough water over there to really justify that at this point. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and turn on these polymer blades here as well, because they are worth the most bang for my buck as far as polymers are concerned. All right, and now that we have dust devils and stuff again, I actually do have to worry about where I send my transports. That actually is a very serious concern for me at this point. Okay, here we go. Power's up and running, and dust storm. All right, it looks like we are actually oh god, okay. So hang on, now we are in fact losing power. Okay, so how much do you produce now? It is hello? Oh, now it's producing 89.4 power? No, that's my total. Why is it acting as if these guys aren't producing more power during the dust storm? It was already 24, wasn't it? You're not telling me I only get 5 more power each. Really? Well, that would be what we call a rather serious problem, if so. Let's go ahead and build out a couple more of these suckers. I do hate to lose the machine parts, but in this case it is worth it, because we got 3 souls of this to look forward to, and that is, that's a long time. That's a long time to be going without enough power. Let's go ahead and upgrade the polymer blades. Now, of course, I can always turn a few buildings off. For example, I'm going to turn off the fuel refineries entirely, because that reduces power drain as well as some electricity consumption. During the night, a lot of buildings turn off. We might actually build up power during the night instead of during the day. Oh god, and now we're fine on power. Well, is it because it's a night shift? Yeah, all right, during the night shift, we make a frick ton of power. All right, so it's basically just topsy-turvy. Nighttime is recharge, daytime is drain, as opposed to the solar, where daytime is power and nighttime is drain. Yeah, all right, let's see how this goes. I'm hoping not to have to build any more than this. Let's also remember at the end of dust storms, I plan on turning a lot of this stuff off. Save myself some machine parts for as long as we can. But yeah, you can already see that the durability is burning down very quickly because, you know, that's just one of the things that dust storms do. Dust storms like to really mess with your buildings and break them all down. I'm a little bit worried about the water situation. Just a little bit. I'm going to turn off the polymer production temporarily. How are we doing on oxygen? Fine on oxygen. That's fine. Oh, okay, hang on. Leaks? Haha, yes. Hello, leaks. My old friend, my old nemesis. You hath returned. Oh, where's the breakthrough tech to have unbreakable pipes and stuff when you can get it? Anyway, that's fine. We'll go ahead and rebuild this, get that water production back up and running when the time comes. But yeah, this is going to be a thing. Anyway, I think we've got enough water based on what I'm seeing so far by turning off the fuel refineries and the polymers. I think our primary drain is just general life support and the farm, which I do want to keep running kind of at all times here, so we're going to. I will allow someone extra to work here at the farm temporarily. That should be fine. And once again, the children are homeless. Won't someone just think of the dang children already? Now, the one thing that does bother me as far about the dust storms and natural disasters beyond simply the danger to my power grid and life support is the great reduction in things like sanity. You know, that's going to be a huge issue. I am going to start turning down some of these heavy workloads. If we're at a position where I'm in danger, I'll go ahead and build them back up. But for the time being, let's turn this down because we're having some serious sanity issues building up, and I need to let that kind of tick itself off a little bit. Bring back morale, bring back some sanity, we'll be fine. And then once everyone's looking all happy-dairy and they've gotten rid of their stress, we'll go ahead and turn it back on. Or if I find myself in a lot of danger from a production standpoint. Some starving colonists, I'm guessing they're both seniors, yes? One is, where's the other? No, they're both over here. Wait. Yeah, they're both seniors. It's saying I only have one senior here, but that's not true. It should be only one. And this one should also be dead. There we go. I was gonna say, he has no health. Why ain't he dead? I'm impressed. He's a walking corpse! Nah, we're completely okay. And once again, more children. Good lord. All right. This is gonna be a continuing issue. I'm just telling you right now, it's going to be a continuing issue. But we're getting there. We'll be fine. 22 hours left. Plenty of water left. All right, turn this back on. We're fine. We are going to end up being just fine coming out of this. And it cost me basically nothing but a lot of polymers to set up and a load of machine parts. And that's all it takes to survive the electrostatic dust storm. You know, I just realized that I'm an idiot when it comes to the water generation. Of course the water extractor's off. The solar panel's turned off. So basically, what I'm finding is, with zero water generation, even from the water extractor, you're telling me we have enough water to survive for 3 days. That's a really, really good sign. That makes me actually feel pretty good about my situation a little bit. I'm feeling more comfortable, almost as if we did something right. This is disabled. That's disabled. That's fine. Let's go ahead and turn these suckers off because we're making way more power than we need. And try to save a few precious machine parts, although you can see that at least a few already were wasted whether I like it or not. Boo! And a meteor shower's on its way now, too! Okay, so that's 2 natural disasters in 1 episode. Gosh, Choji, I love you so much. Thank you so much, Choji. All right, well, does this mean that I get to at least reclaim my crown a little bit in this series? Does this redeem it slightly in y'all's eyes? Maybe? Slightly? I hope so, because I feel a lot better. All right, where's this meteor storm firing off? Uh-oh. Okay, down over here. That's fine. See, I don't really like that the game says, incoming meteor, whenever it hits a terraformed ramp. Like, do I care about this? No. Not worried about this. All I care about is it gonna hit one of my domes? Is it gonna hit one of my RC transports or something? That's what matters to me. But no, apparently the dirt ramp, that's critical. Hey, with any luck, that thing's actually gonna drop off maybe a free anomaly. That could be nice. By the way, we have a rocket about to arrive at Earth. I think with this round of cash, we might as well go for a outsource, which we haven't been able to do for a while. I mean, I could just buy a bunch of machine parts, and I am a little bit worried about that. We're trying really hard to get people to work these jobs, even with the workload toggled back up to maximum, trying to boost this sucker back up, but man, it's really starting to take a toll on me. We now have, I think, 6 renegades? Yeah, 6 renegades. It's a lot. It's a lot of nasty renegades. Not a fan of that arrangement, none at all. But still, we're doing everything we can with that. I don't know where this person lives. You live in Luepke. There's absolutely no reason that I can think of that you can't just go work over here. Gosh, dang it, these unemployed people are silly. There we go, solve that problem. It needs to recalculate just a smidge faster. It really does. Anyway, we've arrived back on Earth. All right, so you know what? First thing we're gonna do, since I have a fair chunk of money to work with, we're gonna go ahead and do an outsource. And we're gonna do the full 1,000 science per soul. That's gonna let me finish out this rejuvenation treatment significantly faster. and then start cycling through a few more texts and see what else we are going to be able to get. Anything that would make my life a little bit easier. We need to get that deep scan up and running because I'm almost done scanning the entirety of the planet. And I'm going to need new things to look for, including those deep deposits. We can't exploit them for a while. That's going to take a lot more science, but that's fine. We'll figure that one out when the time comes. So nothing to worry about on that front. It's looking okay. A couple of seniors still have to go. We're actually kind of petering out a little bit on my population. That may have something to do with the fact that we had natural disasters, but comfort is still relatively high. So, I mean, even in the non-farming domes and without 2 vistas, we're still looking very good on comfort. So, like, I'm actually kind of surprised we're not having more births at this point. I feel like we should be having more births. Is it because this dome keeps getting full? That might be the case. Hi, youth. I don't know what to do with you. We're going to reassign you down over here and just make some space because soon enough there's probably going to be a babby or 2 born. And I'm sure you can go and find yourself a job, strapping young man like you. Extra polymer production? Could be okay. Yeah, what I really care about are these machine parts. I'm tempted to do night shifts on these again. Oh, I just don't want to do it. The sanity will get so low, and people tend to be really annoying when they have low sanity. No, I don't wanna deal with it. No. There we go. Rejuvenation treatment. Gosh dang, renegades. All right, so we can get an upgrade now for my infirmary. This costs polymers. But now we would get some service comfort whenever we treat people over here. Which, I mean, yeah, we don't get much in the way of comfort here at the moment. Now it's up to 56. Okay, so whenever people feel like they need to do medical checks, it's now comparable to going to things like the diner and such. So overall, net comfort rating should go up a little bit. Just a little bit. What else did we unlock over here? Water consumption reduced. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, at 10,000 science, again, it's kind of rough, but like, water does become a little bit hard to come by sometimes, so being able to reduce that by a lot would actually be fantastic. Oh, an anomaly. Thank you, Meteors! Let's go and scan that sucker. Hopefully we don't lose anything to the dust devils. By the way, I'm seeing so many more of these. Oh, it feels good, man. It feels good. But all right, extra science, sure. I mean, we'll just go ahead and finish up things like adapted probes. This is actually going to be done in just a moment anyway. Let's see what new tech we're about to unlock. The game doesn't unpause or pause up when you're in research, does it? It might. Oh, meteor defense lasers. Yeah, that seems like something we're probably going to need. Now that we know that meteor storms are in fact a major concern, we should probably research some form of defense. Now, it's always a bit of a crapshoot whether you need that, because with any luck, you don't. But it could happen. Did we just suddenly have a whole bunch of births of children? Oh, yes, we did. Well, hello. Why are all the renegades living in this dome, by the way? It just feels like they all live over here in one spot. Just a bad neighborhood, that's what I'm finding. It's just a bad neighborhood. I'd be curious to know how my population overall is doing as far as traits. Are we genuinely starting to see better traits coming out of these kids? Like you, for example? Traits, Martian-born. Nothing there. Martian-born. Martian-born. Nothing is inherent as far as I can see. Which would imply that the school is where they're going to gain those traits. So all we've done by getting that breakthrough tech has greatly increased the odds of getting religious, enthusiast, and composed. All of which are good. Rover Command AI. All right, if we built more RC commanders, we'd have extra drones. Don't really care about that. The automated mode, however, could be pretty nice. So for our Explorer, if a new anomaly does pop up, go and automatically get it. RC Transport. Go and find any other resources on the surface of Mars and bring them back. There we go. No more micromanagement required by me. Thank you very much. We are still producing enough rare metals that we can fill this rocket up pretty much every time it comes back.
Sector scan.
I am tempted to buy some more machine parts because I'm a little bit worried about this, but otherwise we're looking really good. Let's just keep sending it and just keep getting more money and more outsourcing. I mean, who needs more on-site research labs if we can just let Earth do all the work in exchange for money? This is commerce. This is how commerce is born. It's a beautiful thing. Ooh, I didn't even notice we got this tech. Factory AI. Boost up all factories. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a huge priority for me right now. No extra power requirements, no extra resource requirements, just straight out improves performance by 20%. Place that in the small machine parts factory. I mean, that'd be worth something to me. Easily worth it. I think it costs a lot of electronics. Could be wrong, but that's fine, because we'll spend electronics to make more electronics. It's foolproof. Now, as our population grows, I'm watching our food with a little bit of apprehension. We've, for the most part, been hovering around 160 or so. Starting to go down a smidge. I think we're still making enough food to be fine, and we're treading water with even only one person, but it's getting closer. So I'm going to go ahead and have a second person assigned over here. Katniss Orbit, what a great name. Working over here instead, and just sort of boost this up a little bit. I'd rather have way more food than I need than too little at the end of the day. And a couple more people are unemployed. I think that a lot of the unemployment issues is because people are having to shift between domes a lot, and people don't like working in domes that are too far away. They have to either be in the dome they live in, or one dome they are connected to. Technically speaking, having lots of population here in Odarka and letting people walk between these two domes would be the best, but I can't fit more people in here, or else we're going to have issues with the Rebel Yell, so we've been ignoring that up to this point. So it just takes a little while for people to kind of reshuffle themselves around. Like this person right here, he just doesn't know what to do with himself. Well, I mean, we have an extra job slot right here, so I don't see the problem. You could absolutely go work here in the electronics factory. See? Problem solved. Gosh, it's like people need me to figure out every little detail of their lives. Be proactive, for God's sake. Let's go ahead and do some more outsourcing now that we have received a fair bit more funds. Anything I want to bring back? Just trying to think if we decided we want to get something like, let's say, another moisture vaporator or something. Probably not, truth be told. All right, go ahead and head back. Getting that extra outsource right now is a pretty opportune time for me. 1,700 research per soul right now once we finish up the factory AI in a couple of souls. And that 20% boost will be very nice. Then we can go work on things like the deep scanning. And we may have to prioritize Meteor defense systems. Although, I'm going to run out of water pretty soon. Let's keep in mind, there's only 970 water left in this underground deposit. I'm actually going to probably turn you off for a shift and just kind of delay this a little bit. Because we're kind of always sitting at full. I'd rather not waste the water coming out of this deposit. But it's not going to be around for much longer. Now, I mean, I've prepared for that. Right, we're going to have the extra moisture vaporators, and I can always just reduce my water intake with things like the fuel refinery, since I have plenty of it at the moment. But, waste not, want not, right? I just rather go ahead and have it reduced by 50%, which, by the way, does not reduce the consumption of things like fuel refineries. It just reduces stuff like this, which right now is consuming 2.5 water. This is 0.5. This is 0.5. All right, so what it really does is save me like 2 water, but that's something. That's enough. That's good. And here comes another glorious dust storm. That's fine, though. I mean, we haven't really built anything that's increasing my electricity consumption, so as long as we are topped off in these water towers, we got diddly to worry about. I just need to have enough machine parts sitting around that we can repair these wind turbines. Man, this is unfortunate, because we haven't really had a chance to fully restock our machine parts stockpile since the last time that happened. I could build another small machine parts factory out over here. There are people who are looking for jobs out in this dome more often than not, who can't reach all the way over here. Or, of course, I could get rid of something basic like a grocer, but again, I need this to be in range of both domes where people live, because these are the most essential things for people to have for basic happiness. The farm could move, for sure, but then they have to be building up the soil quality again, which, I don't know. I mean, maybe there's something to be said about that. We've enjoyed having the extra comfort in this dome in order to make sure that plenty of people are getting born. So, I don't know. We're actually starting to run low on space. I mean, pretty soon we are going to need a new dome. But once we get our next dome, what are we going to do? The only option is actually to build it over here and get rid of this farm and reshuffle a whole lot of stuff, which is going to be very expensive. That kind of is my only other option. Either that, or we need to invest quickly in researching a large dome. I mean, we could build a barrel dome, I suppose. Lacks a slot for a spire. Yeah, that'd be a thing. But there's also the whole diamond dome thing. Let's not forget that. It's just very expensive. Never mind, forget that one. Medium domes? We could afford it now. For sure, we could afford it. Huh. Yeah, it might be time to look at that as another option pretty soon. And the reason, again, is small domes don't really appeal to me. because that's going to be a lot of wasted space on my end. We don't want to have more than 14 pops, or 15 even, in a single dome. And if we're gonna do that, then we want to make sure that it is a high-rise area that has so many people living in it that we don't care that we're getting renegades, we just send them off to die, and our birth rate more than makes up for it. That's what I would be shooting for. So yeah, medium dome might be a necessity. Ah, darn it, you RC transport you. All right, let's get over here and get this sucker repaired. Again, it's a hazard of living on Mars now that the Dust Devils are back up and running. Whee! Oh yeah, factory AI is done. Let's go ahead and do that now. 1 machine part and 2 electronics. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So we'll go ahead and do both of those, get those suckers upgraded. So that's going to be pretty nice for me. I'm turning off the fuel refineries because we're about to have a dust storm. And unfortunately, we were not able to load up the Trailblazer in time, which means no more launching the rocket for a bit. But wind turbines are up and running. And it looks to me like we are making plenty of power to survive during the night, so we'll get these batteries nice and charged. And we should have enough water. Let's keep an eye on this. If it's looking doubtful, we'll have to turn off the Polymer factory, but I feel like we should be okay. Not a lot to worry about. Over here in the machine parts factory, we should now be making 2.7 per soul instead of 2.2. I mean, it's an improvement, technically speaking. It is an improvement. It's just not a huge one. Making plenty of electronics now, by the way. There's a deep scanning tech done, so we can start scanning other areas around us. Low G engineering, I'm going to go ahead and start working on this now. And since we have enough food sitting around, what I may end up doing is placing down the medium dome over here, moving the farming operation into the medium dome, having lots of population set up over there. That might be the best way to go. I do see this leak. It is kind of delicately placed right here in the middle. We can get rid of that, no problem at all. There we go. Again, just better to delete your leaks. All right, if you've never played Surviving Mars before, don't bother repairing them. I know it sounds like the right way to go, but it's not. Don't bother. You'll lose way too much oxygen and water for crucial moments while you're waiting for your drones to very slowly repair it. It's way faster to just rebuild it, and it costs the same, and you lose less resources. I've always thought that was a little silly, but I'm not really sure what you do about it from a developer's perspective. I mean, I feel like you kind of have to just let that ride. It's going to be what it's going to be. Do I wait for one more round of food when this is done? No, because I don't think we're going to have that much time. We're going to go for something that grows fast just to get me a little bit of extra food to tide me off, because I suspect it'll take a couple more souls to get all of my infrastructure set up over here. And in the meantime, I get a little bit more food rather than go about halfway through the soybeans and then we have an issue. Another leak is detected, and it's actually shutting down all of my life support. We can get rid of you like so, and that should bring life support back online. We're not actually out of anything. There we go. Get that reconnected like that. And it says we still have no oxygen. Oh, right, because the oxygen tank is actually disconnected. But there we go. Very brief moment. Hold your breath, everybody. Couple of brief hours with no oxygen. It's fine. It's fine. You got nothing to worry about. Your sanity doesn't need to take a dip. You're fine. Everything is fine. And thus resolves the great dust storm. Okay, quickly turn these off before they all get repaired. Good lord, my machine parts have been hit pretty hard. We could improve this significantly in the medium dome if we place down a large machine parts factory as opposed to the small one we've been living with up to this point. That would obviously be a much, much better way for me to go. So I'll happily do it when the time comes. Of course, that's expensive, and we need to go ahead and launch you right now because I do think that we're going to start having some money issues. There's probably more things I need to be buying from Earth. Probably just a few. I am going to be building out a large water tank. It's still within range, I think, of the heater, though we are probably going to end up building a second heater at some point, so it probably doesn't matter all that much. Oxygen-wise, I wouldn't mind getting a large oxygen tank set up at some point as well, but that does not need to be in range of anything. I just don't want to have another single point of failure like we had earlier, because that resulted in a pretty nasty sanity breakdown for a lot of folks. A lot of folks not feeling it after that. Okay, there's the low G engineering. It is time to build ourselves a larger dome. Trigon dome? Cheaper, less habitable space. Now, we're doubling up on habitable space at this point. Now, uneven terrain should not be true. We can probably fix that without actually requiring anyone's help. A doinkus? A doinkus? And did that fix the issue? Should have. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we want to place you probably right up over here. I would think. Maybe. We actually don't need to hook up the life support here. I'm pretty sure the tunnel technically solves that problem itself. But something like this is about optimal, and it's still in range of a Vista. Not quite in range of 2 Vistas, unfortunately, but oh well. 1 will have to be good enough. All right, let's go ahead and start the construction of the medium dome. It's going to take quite a few resources, including a whole load of concrete. I am kind of low on a lot of that. We're going to need to get ourselves some more concrete extraction going.
We have a food shortage.
And to that extent, let's go ahead and place down another concrete extractor right over here. And of course, probably a second one even. We might as well just go ahead and load up. Yeah, why not? This will be fine. And then we'll go ahead and set up some power between the 2 of them, keep them running during the day. We'll do the exact same thing as before, a minimalist setup to make sure we have plenty of concrete. Will cost me a few machine parts. Oh well, that's kind of the best that I can do at the moment. And for the most part, we're looking good. We are getting through this. Still no sign of a cold wave, but you know what? I'm good with that. Cold waves are the one thing I am A-okay with never coming back. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this is a bit better now that we finally have natural disasters. I'm sure as heck feeling a lot better about it. Be sure to hit that like button. And also give a shout out to Choji, because he is amazing. Love what we've seen here. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys next time.